The 6 core competencies of those who achieve great things. Master even a few, and success will be yours sooner or later. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel, 1% Progress Every Day. First of all, I wish you all happiness, good health, and especially the opportunity to learn more new and useful knowledge every day. Dear viewers, in life, success is something everyone desires, but not everyone has the capability to achieve it. Starting points, wealth, and luck are factors that help us accomplish great things and find success. However, without real abilities, even the most affluent background or vast amounts of money will be useless. Life changes when we change. If you want to change your life, start by changing yourself. In other words, change yourself before you want to change circumstances. Only by grasping the essence and key to situations can we achieve maximum results with minimal effort.
Below are lessons that, though simple, are priceless, powerful enough to transform your life and are essential for everyone to apply. 1. A burning desire for success. A person without desire is like someone who doesn't want to breathe, lacking the will to live. Many people are not strict enough with themselves. Sometimes, being tough on yourself can help you discover the potential already within you. Push yourself beyond your limits and reach new horizons. 2. Work with process, grasp the problem, be reliable. To achieve great things, you must first be reliable. Without reliability, you can accomplish nothing. Being reliable means that no matter what you do, regardless of the outcome, you can explain the process, have goals, and be purposeful. This is the foundation of a successful person. For example, in a company, there are people who only talk but never take any real action. When asked about their progress, they stammer and cannot give a clear answer because they haven't done anything and thus cannot manage the process to report to their superiors. Therefore, to be reliable, you must do your job well, understand, and be aware of what you are doing. Otherwise, no matter how talented you are, it will go to waste. 3. Walk the talk, never make excuses for yourself. Those who achieve great things are typically action people. Once they decide to do something, they do it immediately. Once they say they will do it, they do it. They improve themselves during the process of action, and even if issues arise that affect progress, they immediately find solutions and never make excuses to shirk responsibility. In reality, all of us encounter such issues, knowing but not doing. This may be one of the main reasons why many people cannot succeed. It relates to the concept of learning through doing. If we cannot combine knowledge with practical action, we will miss out on many opportunities that are rightfully ours. For example, you know that losing weight requires controlling your diet, restraining your appetite, and exercising. But the moment you see something delicious, you can't control yourself. You know that staying up late is bad for your health, but you still do it, leading to increased fatigue and exhaustion. Therefore, achieving great things doesn't require a secret formula, but you must walk the talk. Otherwise, no amount of knowledge will be of use. 4. Fearless of failure, dare to experience and try. Constantly strive to know what you want and then work hard to pursue it. Focus on your strengths and strive to create valuable achievements. Many people get lost because they haven't put in enough effort. They talk a lot but do very little. Thus, you can allow yourself some time to experiment and make mistakes. For example, spend 1 or 2 years trying out any field you're interested in, and once you've found it, stick with it. For example, reading books on investment wisdom, 1 or 2 books might not be immediately useful, but the knowledge gained can help you seize opportunities, get promoted, and increase your salary. The most important thing is not how many successful things you can do, but whether you can do one thing to its fullest, thoroughly. 5. Embrace the hardships of learning, willing to invest in yourself. True success isn't about enduring the hardships of life but being able to endure the hardships of learning and persisting more than anyone else. In reality, many people tend to give up before they see results. They would rather endure a hard life than learn new things or improve their abilities, only focusing on short-term gains. If you want to excel in a particular field, you should invest more, including money and time. Spending time on high-quality activities like reading a new book or learning a new skill is always more beneficial than wasting time on entertainment. People who stay too comfortable in their comfort zone for too long will develop a stagnant attitude toward everything. This will set you back in a constantly advancing society. If you want to grow, you must be proactive in learning, recognize your weaknesses, and find ways to overcome them. 6. Know your abilities, discipline yourself, and persevere until you see results. Once you start something, sooner or later, you will achieve your goal. The issue here is time. As long as you act consistently, discipline yourself, and persevere until the end, you will succeed. Those who can accomplish great things will find the problems that arise from the results they receive, optimize the details, and continuously improve the process to become more excellent over time. Here's the translation of the provided passage into English. Part 2 to 9 Simple Lessons That Can Change Your Life. Dear audience, here are some simple yet invaluable lessons, powerful enough to transform your life that everyone needs to apply. Lesson 1. In a small town, the first person opened a gas station, and the business did very well. The second person came and opened a restaurant, and the third opened a supermarket. All businesses thrived. This area quickly became prosperous, and the whole town became wealthier. In another small town nearby, the first person opened a gas station, and the business did very well. But the second person opened a second gas station, and so did the third, fourth, and others. The vicious competition made it so that none of the businesses thrived. The lesson: blindly following the path of others is just blocking your own way. Lesson 2. One day, a crow wanted to move and went to bid farewell to the dove. The dove asked, "Where are you going?" The crow replied, "I actually don't want to go, but everyone hates my cawing, so I have to move somewhere else." The dove said, "If they hate your cawing, you should have tried to change your voice, not change your home. If you don't change your voice, wherever you fly will be the same." The takeaway: if you want to change your life, start by changing yourself. Lesson 3. A family had 3 sons who grew up in constant arguments and often witnessed their mother being beaten by their father. The eldest son thought, "Mother is so pitiful. When I get married, I must not be like my father." The second son thought, "Marriage is scary. I won't get married." The youngest son thought, "So this is how you beat your wife." The lesson: even when living in the same environment, different ways of thinking can create completely different lives. Lesson 4. 3 people went on a trip. One carried an umbrella, another used a walking stick, and the third carried nothing. On their way back, the one with the umbrella got soaked, the one with the stick got injured, and only the third person was unscathed. It turned out that when it rained, the person with the umbrella kept walking despite the wind and got soaked. When they encountered mud, the person with the stick kept walking and slipped. The one without anything took shelter when it rained and took a detour around the mud, reaching the destination safely without incident. The takeaway. In many cases, we are not defeated by our weaknesses but by our strengths. Overconfidence can lead you into trouble, leaving you with nothing. Lesson 5. There were 2 horses pulling a cart. One horse walked fast, while the other dragged its feet. So, the owner moved all the cargo from the slow horse to the faster one. The slow horse laughed. See? There's no point in working hard. The more diligent you are, the more you get burdened. The owner thought, if one horse can pull this much, why keep 2? So, the lazy horse was killed and made into meat. The lesson. This is the lazy horse effect in economics. When you make others feel that you are no longer valuable, the day you get kicked out is not far off. Lesson 6. A man asked a farmer, "Do you plant wheat?" The farmer replied, "No, I'm worried it won't rain." The man asked again, "So do you plant cotton?" The farmer replied, "No, I'm afraid pests will eat the cotton." The man asked, "So what will you plant?" The farmer replied, "Nothing, because I'm not confident about anything." The lesson. If you don't dare to take risks and just sit still, you will have no chance of achieving anything. Lesson 7. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years and endured many forms of abuse. Later, when he was released and gained significant political power, he invited 3 guards who had mistreated him to meet. Everyone fell silent, fearing a harsh punishment would befall them. But Mandela simply said, "When I walked out of prison, as I stepped through the gate, I realized that if I held onto my pain and resentment, I would still be in prison." The takeaway. Forgiving others is actually an elevation of your own self. Lesson 8. There were 2 pho noodle soup stalls at the night market. The stalls were next to each other, with the same seating arrangements. After a year of business, Stall A earned enough to buy a small house, while Stall B did not. Why? The reason was that although Stall B had good business, the soup was served very hot, and customers took at least 15 minutes to finish a bowl. In contrast, at Stall A, they soaked the noodles in cold water for 30 seconds before adding hot broth and serving it. The temperature was just right, and customers finished their bowls in 5 minutes, allowing the owner to quickly serve new customers. The lesson. Saving customers' time can bring in money faster. Lesson 9. A Zen master saw a scorpion fall into the water and was determined to save it. But as soon as he touched it, the scorpion stung his finger. The Zen master was not afraid and reached out again, but the scorpion stung him again, causing great pain. A person nearby said, "It always stings you like that. Why do you keep trying to save it?" The Zen master replied, "The scorpion's nature is to sting, but my nature is to be kind. Why should I give up my nature because of its nature?" Although this is a fictional story, it carries a valuable life lesson. The takeaway. Our mistake is that we have changed ourselves too much because of the outside world. Part 3. Life changes when we change. When life knocks you down, think of these 10 inspirational quotes to boost your motivation and overcome any challenge. Dear friends, your attitude will affect what you receive. For instance, when you are happy, wonderful things will come. Conversely, when you are sad, everything will seem worse. If you fall, it means you accept losing what you've worked for. Life changes when we change. Failure is something everyone will encounter. Failure is not giving up. Failure is merely a pause to rest and reflect on what has happened. Keep moving forward and seize what you want. The key is to understand why we fail so we can change. The following 10 inspirational quotes will provide additional motivation and belief to overcome any challenge. 1. You climb a mountain not for the world to see you, but so you can see the entire world. If you have a dream, pursue it with determination. Don't let anyone make you hesitate. Your efforts are not to prove who is the best but to push your own limits from yesterday to see better things. 2. Let what has happened pass. Buddha said, "The resistance of oneself creates the suffering one must endure." All the worries, fatigue, and pain you experience are due to overthinking. Let things flow as they must, or you will be overwhelmed by unnecessary obsessions. 3. You learn more from failures than from successes, so don't let them defeat you. Failure shapes character. With success, you may be surrounded by good things. Conversely, with failure, you have to review your actions, find causes and solutions. Your mind works more, you think more, and your character grows stronger. Never let failure become a barrier to your progress. 4. Change yourself before wanting to change things. Asterisk. Wishing for everything to get better will never achieve that. Instead of wishing for time to rewind or that something bad hadn't happened, it's better to change your mindset first. Whether things become positive depends on how you perceive them. Always remember, no matter what happens, look at yourself first. 5. Everyone you meet fears something, loves something, and has lost something. Asterisk. No one is perfect. Everyone you meet has their own issues that no one else can fully understand, except them. Therefore, treat others with sincerity, compassion, and understanding rather than judging or comparing yourself to them, which only makes you feel unhappy and disadvantaged. 6. If you haven't achieved what you want yet, it means something better is coming to you. Asterisk. This saying might make you doubtful right now. But one day, as you grow older, you will see that it's true. Life always makes us choose, and sometimes, we must sacrifice and lose many things. Don't rush to blame fate because better things are always waiting for you. It's just not the right time, and you're not yet ready to grasp it. 7. Cherish the present moment. Asterisk. Everything that happens to you has a certain meaning. Therefore, value it. Spend more time with family, children, and loved ones to realize that there are still many good things you haven't noticed. 8. Allow yourself to enjoy joy. Asterisk. Failure doesn't mean you can only worry, be sad, and complain. Instead, let yourself rest, share more with family and friends, and let go of your worries. You will definitely come up with more ideas and solutions rather than just lamenting. 9. Everything always changes. Asterisk. This too shall pass, as always true. Except for death, nothing ever stays the same. The important thing is whether you are ready to change, adapt, and seize opportunities. 10. Never compare yourself to others. Asterisk. When comparing yourself to richer people, stop and look at those less fortunate than you. End this habit and start comparing yourself today with yourself yesterday to see how much more you need to improve. Part 4. Change your mindset, and money will follow. Next, here are 8 small lifestyle changes that will help make your life more prosperous. Asterisk. Dear viewers, rich people associate with winners. Poor people associate with losers. Why? It's a matter of comfort. In the book How Rich People Think, millionaire Steve Siebold explains that his success was due to changing his lifestyle. He writes, "To become wealthy, you must learn to think like the rich. Once you change your mindset, money will automatically follow." Here are the specific changes that helped this millionaire build his fortune. 1. Income must come from at least 2 sources. You should not rely on just one source of income. In fact, most of the wealthy individuals in the U.S. have at least 3 income sources before they earn their first $1 million. Beyond your primary job salary, consider additional income through side gigs, entrepreneurship, or investments. Opportunities today are endless. You can trade gold, invest in real estate, start a business, or sell products online, among other things. Remember, a single income source will help you survive, but to thrive, having a second and third income source is advisable. This way, one income stream supports the others and provides stability if your primary source encounters issues. 2. Connect with successful people. The shortest and simplest path to creating wealth is to learn precisely how wealthy, successful people, the masters of money management, play the financial game. When hearing success stories, the poor often find ways to judge, criticize, and diminish the achievements of others. Rich people mingle with other successful individuals. Poor people feel uncomfortable around highly successful people because they fear rejection or feel out of place. To protect themselves, their egos will offer judgments and criticisms. Therefore, whether you want to be rich or poor is up to you. Meet motivating, inspiring people and join professional groups to share experiences. You will learn much more than what books can teach you. 3. Save and invest money. Income is important, but savings and investments are even more crucial. Ramit Sethi, a personal finance expert, once wrote, "Millionaires often invest 20% of their income each year. Their wealth is measured not by how much they earn annually but by how much they save and invest over time." Saving is not about being overly frugal. Some people avoid spending at all and always save. I don't recommend this approach. We earn money to live and enjoy life. The bad news is that many tight-fisted individuals don't know how to invest properly. However, some people live too comfortably with their earnings. Notice how many artists, models, athletes, and people who suddenly become rich from land sales or lottery winnings often have no money left by the end of their lives because they spend it all and lack personal financial management. Thus, learn to save money using the principle of 6 jars, one of which is for investing and personal development. 4. Automate finances. The easiest way to maintain long-term investment is to automate it, meaning transferring money from your paycheck to a savings or investment account each month before you even see it. For instance, self-made millionaire Chris Raining reached a net worth of over $1 million by age 35 and retired at 37. His success was mainly due to a simple habit: automating his finances. Automating finances, such as setting up an automatic transfer, not only helps you become wealthy but also saves you time and mental energy. He shares, "I automated my money years ago, and the benefit is that I don't have to make decisions about where to keep my money, how much to invest, what I can spend, or whether I have enough savings." 5. Get comfortable with doing uncomfortable things. You feel comfortable, warm, and free within the limits you set for yourself. In this comfort zone, you can do things you enjoy, like reading a good book, wearing your most comfortable clothes, or trying to please everyone. This comfort zone will imprison you forever if you don't wake up soon. To earn more money for future comfort, you must be willing to step out of your comfort zone. Doing things outside your comfort zone may feel uncomfortable, but each time, you will expand your network and develop yourself. 6. Spend at least 20 minutes a day learning a new skill. A common trait among wealthy people is their relentless effort to improve themselves by learning more or reading books. This prepares them for market changes and continually increases their income. 7. Don't show off, just work hard. Avoid buying expensive items unless your business and investments provide substantial income. In the meantime, use your old car if it still runs well. 8. Think big. If you set grand aspirations and are willing to accept any challenge, you are on the right track. After all, no one achieves exceptional results by doing only ordinary things and having modest expectations. Thinking big is the driving force behind significant lifestyle changes. Dear viewers, the next part is about self-improvement tips. Start with just 1%, and you'll be halfway to success. Yes, improving by just 1% each day means starting with small changes, which will accumulate into significant improvements over time. Have you ever set a goal and scheduled to achieve it within a month, only to fail by the end of it? Many people have high expectations of themselves, are dissatisfied with the present, but fail to act to bring about change. Change is good, but taking action is challenging. So, what should you do? Try breaking the habit of laziness and escaping difficulties with small changes. Action is the remedy for anxiety. Instead of wasting time agonizing over mental stress, start with the smallest changes. Small actions, big success. Why do many people fear change and hesitate to act? There are 2 reasons. 1. Laziness. Human nature has an element of laziness. Change is always challenging. If it's so difficult, it's easier to avoid it and stick to the comfort zone. 2. Fear of failure. Seeing many obstacles and challenges, fearing inadequacy, poor planning, and thus preferring not to act rather than risk making mistakes. Action is always more important than correct action. Making mistakes is better 100 times over than not doing anything. Psychology has a regret time model. This theory suggests that people feel more regret for having made a mistake than for not taking action. However, over the long term, the regret of not doing something is much heavier than making mistakes. The reason is simple. If you make a mistake, you have the chance to fix it, so even if you regret it, it won't last long. On the other hand, for not doing things, you have no way to rectify it and will fall into mental anguish, always thinking, if only I had done it. So, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Instead of knowing but not doing, start with 1% change, and you will be halfway to success. Why is that? Changing by 1% each day means starting to improve from small things, accumulating into significant progress. From a human nature perspective, daily changes feel achievable, not overwhelming, and provide motivation to continue. However, changing 100% is too drastic and difficult, making people easily discouraged and extinguishing their courage to act. Change is a strategy. Constantly accumulating small changes will certainly bring about great luck. First, reflect deeply. Do you really want to change? Some people promise to change, set many plans, and feel they should, but lack persistence and abandon their efforts quickly. True change involves awakening oneself. Avoid negative thinking and excuses. Listen to your inner voice, find the right goals, and let desire and motivation drive you to make positive changes. Next, break down goals. Large goals can be overwhelming. So, break them down and achieve them in stages. Initial success is crucial, and achieving small victories at each stage will provide more motivation and enthusiasm for the next victory, creating a positive feedback loop. Planning, persisting step by step, will eventually lead to significant change. Regardless of whether the task is big or small, do your best bit by bit. Regularly review everything to continue refining. Focus on what you have, even if repeating the same task. Strive to do better than before. Under the compound interest of time, one day, you will look back and be surprised at how much you have changed. The saying, "water wears away stone," doesn't refer to an immediate result but to a process that happens continuously over months and years. For small actions to have a big impact, they must be sustainable, consistent, disciplined, and persistent. Therefore, becoming friends with time, being persistent and steadfast, is the final secret to success. Dear viewers, you have just watched the presentation on the 6 core competencies of successful people. Learning a few key points will make you stand out, and success is a matter of time. The next part will cover 9 simple lessons that can help change your life. At the end of this video is a segment on change your mindset and money will follow. 8 small lifestyle changes to make your life more prosperous. Wishing you abundant health, peace, happiness, success, and prosperity. If you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon to receive notifications of our latest videos. Thank you once again for your attention. We wish you continued health, peace, and success. Sincerely, goodbye and see you in the next video.